Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself?
I like Michael Myers.
Why you got that wig on? You don't look like Michael, you look like Mikael Myers.
Thanos. When I was a child, it was my biggest dream was to be a cowgirl. You know, like cowboys, except I didn't want to ride horses, I wanted to ride actual cows. And I was going to be holding a rope, and I was going to be wearing a hat.
What kind of hat?
And I'm not sure, like a cowboy hat, except it was going to be a cowgirl hat.
How would you know if it's a cowgirl hat?
Because I would have a clitoris on top of it.
I'm eating my food.
I think I made it better. Okay, so then after I stopped wanting to be a cowgirl, I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. And like, I had that dream for at least like 8-9 years too.
Now I see why you don't have a dad.
I really like.
Now I see why you don't have a dad. Now I see why you don't have a dad. Now I see why you don't have a dad. I just see it now. It makes perfect sense. It's clear why you don't have a fucking father.
He's not even allowed in my state. And he literally just broke into the house, and then when the owners came, he was like, "This is my house." And the fucking police came, and he's like, "No, they killed my children. This is my house." Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight.
What? What did you just say to me?
I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. Have you ever been to a library?
Yeah, your mother's busy. Got bare books in there. Be storing them up in there. In a man, what do you look for?
Usually a pulse.
Let's make a scenario. Let's tell a story, right? So, a guy.
Oh, we're telling a story.
You've been chatting.
Stories.
Shut the fuck up. So you've been chatting to this guy, right? 22-year-old.
Yes.
We're gonna call him Jacob. You've been talking to him for 6 months, right? You've had some phone calls with him. You haven't met up, obviously, but you plan to meet up.
I don't believe in love.
So you meet up with Jacob, right? And Jacob happens to not be at the bar that you've said that you wanted to meet at, right? And we're gonna call this bar Tequila La, right? So you meet up, and you're there. You're like, "Hey, Jacob, I'm here," right? Jacob reads your message, but doesn't say anything. So you send another text. You're like, "Jacob," he reads it and doesn't say anything. And then 5 minutes goes by. You're sitting at the bar. Jacob sends a text saying, "I'm outside." So you make your way outside and you say, "Where are you, Jacob?" He's like, "I'm in this alleyway," right? Jacob is in the alleyway. And you're like,
Jacob's in the alleyway.
You text Jacob and you say, "I don't feel comfortable going in the alleyway. Can you just meet me outside?" And then Jacob replies and says he doesn't know where it is. He's like, he's been looking for it and he can't find it.
What?
But the alleyway is. So you go to the alleyway anyway. You get in there. You don't go all the way in. You go about a quarter way in there, right? And you're like, you send Jacob a text message, right? And you see a light in the alleyway light up, but it doesn't add up because the light's coming from the floor. So it's almost like
the floor.
it's almost like the cell phone's on the floor.
Maybe he got killed and somebody just his phone was on the floor and he's gone and it's another person on his phone texting me, trying to get me to come out so they can kill me
Shut up
too.
and let me finish the story. You go out to the phone and it's Jacob. It's Jacob's phone. And you're like, what's going on? And then you turn around and you have the mobile phone. You picked it up. You go back the way you came and there's a man standing blocking the path which you entered through, right? And it's Jacob. Well, you don't know this, but this is Jacob. And he looks nothing like his Tinder profile. Sounds nothing like what you saw on FaceTime or whatever. It is a bald, black man. Jacob was white, and he looked like the guy from High School Musical. He looked nothing like that. So what do? There's a big, black, bald man staring at you with a massive machete.
What's a machete?
Yes, with a machete.
I think that I should leave. I should just, well, or go to the bartender and be like, hey, bartender.
You're in the alleyway though. He's blocking the way out.
Why am I in the alleyway?
Because you went in there to meet him. Because you're dumb.
I would not go in an alleyway to meet someone. I watch scary movies. I fucking know. I know.
Well, in this
signs.
scenario, you're in the alleyway. There's no
don't
escape. What do you do?
I would. Oh. I usually carry a pepper spray and a knife on me, so I would use the pepper spray first.
You miss. You pull it out and he snaps your arm and he breaks your whole wrist.
Oh, okay, then I would stab him. But
you
you're
try,
probably
but then
going to say that he breaks my other wrist.
No, he drop kicks you and you're on the floor crying and bleeding.
I feel like I wouldn't be crying because I don't have the time to cry when I'm on the floor dying.
What?
Gotcha, nigga!
He picks you up and breaks your back. He does the For Honor Raider execution on you.
You better stop!
What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
You're lying on the floor, paralyzed.
Lay there, I guess.
And he picks you up and he takes you into this black white SUV and drives you to the hospital. And he said to the doctors, "This woman has been attacked.
Get this man to a hospital now!"
What a gentleman. I would tell them this is in fact the man that broke my back in an alleyway.
No, because he uses a Jedi mind trick on you to make sure you don't say anything.
I mean, then I guess I just fucking sit there. I don't fucking know.
Then Jacob, when he picked you up, little did you know, he stole your credit card and he rinsed your credit card on V-Bucks. And that was why he met up with you. He wanted the new battle pass, so he broke your back just to eat your card.
At this point, I don't know. I guess I took an L.
Yeah.
Can I resume my story?
No, new one.
A new one?
New one!
A new one. Hold on, let me think. Did I tell you about the time my very first Tinder date, the guy touched my feet?
That was me, dumbass.
He drove 90 minutes just to touch my feet, and the whole time I'm sitting, I had no fucking clue in the world what I was in for.
So you got feet ripped?
Basically. First, we were just talking about like random shit, like movies. That's what we both had in common. We like the same kind of movies and the same. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, it's not gonna be. I don't even know. I was just like, all right, cool. I like people with common interests. And however, I should have known something was off because he randomly told me a story. Oh, sorry. He told me he said he matched with this woman, and He had demanded that he. Oh, what? Where did I even get shot from? She had demanded that he, or like, rub her feet, and he told me about it, and he was like, "What should I say?" and shit. So we were just messing around, and I eventually asked him for like a screenshot because I think it's funny. However, but he doesn't take a screenshot. He's like, "Oh, I blocked her. I forgot. Whatever." And I was just like, "Oh, whatever." And then when he like came over to visit me at my college, like we went to eat and shit, and we watched a movie that he brought. So
where's the part where he seduces you?
Okay. I was in fact not seduced. What happened was, we're like watching the movie, and then he's like, "Do you want a massage?" And I was like, "I'm good."
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
And then he kept like insisting. He was like, "No. I give really good massages. I promise. You look really tense." And I was just like,
You
I
look
don't know.
really tense, bro. Why does this man sound like William?
Yeah, it was like shady. He was threatening to me. And I was like, and then he just straight up grabbed my foot.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help!
He started rubbing up on your feet, and you just sat there and let the man rub up on your feet.
Like, what the fuck do you do when somebody's rubbing your feet? I didn't know what the fuck
Rub
to do.
his feet
Nobody's
back.
ever- I hate feet. What? So tell me why this motherfucker was rubbed. No, and that's when I realized that his story didn't make any sense, and he definitely has a foot fetish, and he did all of that just to trick me into letting him rub my feet. I did
So
not
you didn't
love
rub
it,
his
no.
belly or rub his forehead or nothing? Rapist.
He's a professional foot rapist. Because why did he have to change his name?
He hasn't paid the tax for rubbing people's feet.
No, but why would
Tax evader.
Why did he change? I will forever be wondering why he changed his name. He must have got in trouble if he had to change his name.
Or he just didn't like you and didn't want to be
that's-
associated with you. You're the type of person to text him and be like, "Babe, what you doing? Come rub my feet."
Oh, get the nah, nah. Yeah, I don't learn. I have to make a mistake at least several times before I learn once.
You're the type of person that needs to get hit by a car and blown up by a nuke just to think, "Oh, I can actually die from these things." Oh, now I know. I think what I got out of this conversation was we all make
I
mistakes,
don't learn my lesson.
including your father. Should have pulled out.
You know, if you want to elaborate, go ahead.
So you're dead when he was f***ing your mother?
Extreme. Oh, never mind. Actually, I changed my mind. Damn, what were you doing?
Shut up! I'm shit. You want me to sweat? Okay, you want me to actually sweat?
No cussing allowed on YouTube.
I'm gonna punch you in your head.
I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on.
What for bed?
My friend Willow woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini fishnets and pointy. Just then, Draco walked up to me. "Hi," he said. "Hi," I replied flirtily. "Guess what?" he said. "What?" I asked.
You're hurting my brain.
"Well, you want to go with me?" he asked. I gasped. And that's the end of chapter 2.
I hate you.
I hope you enjoyed it.
No, I don't even know what any of that means. Marilyn Manson, Marilyn
The wo-
Monroe.
her-
I fuck on a
her
white
friend-
hoe. That's
her
all I got. from
friend
it.
Willow is wearing a Marilyn Manson t-shirt, and she
Marilyn
is wearing
Monroe,
I
I
don't know.
fuck on a white hoe. I don't know who any of these people are, but I see demons at night time.
Me too. What does
But-
yours look like? Mine look like, it's the man. It's the Hat Man, basically. The Hat Man. You know the Hat
We're not
Man.
talking.